Yo, 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 what is happening, guys? How's everyone doing? I know the market is absolutely looking terrible today. We're going to discuss what's exactly happening in the market. We've got quite a bit of news that's happening in the market as well, we're going to speak about, and then obviously go over what coins that are looking decent for some opportunities. So if you guys did remember yesterday's stream, we were waiting for quite a few setups, right? We're waiting for quite a few long setups, and then obviously there was news that came out yesterday that obviously just hammered the market, right? So we want to speak about that, and you can just see most tokens. This is on the day, guys. It's not even the week. So most tokens are down more than 10%, and it's mainly due to the fact that we had yeah, where was it? The tariffs with Trump. I literally just had it. 1 second. Yeah, here we go. Donald Trump has issued a sweeping executive order imposing higher tariffs on goods from the 69 different countries. So this, I don't know what's happening, bro. There we go. It's frozen. Yeah, I don't know what's happening. Yeah. It should be working now though. There we go. Okay, so we'll get back into it. So basically, guys, what I'm looking at for today is NFP. So it's one of the biggest days of the month. So it's always on the first day of the first Friday of the new month. So obviously today's Friday and it's August 1st. So it's going to be really, really volatile today at around about 2:30 p.m. So around about 4.5 hours from today. So we just have to watch out for this, guys. This is going to be super, super important. And then also we have manufacturing PMI. So to be honest with you, after 2:30 is probably where we're not going to be able to get any setups. Okay, so if we wanted to get a setup, it would have to be like now until 2:30. Okay, so we have to be super careful today. This is one of the biggest days, and with this massive dump happening, with the tariffs imposed on multiple countries from yesterday, it's not looking good right now for the market. I'll be honest with you. In terms of shorter time frame, I think a lot of people will be stressing, but I think that it's a good opportunity to actually get some discounts. Okay, so if you guys remember Brett, we were looking at Brett yesterday. This was one of the tokens I was waiting for, and we didn't get the candle to close above our key level, so we couldn't take the trade. You can actually see we got a massive dump from that level from Brett. So honestly, this is definitely a key level here for Brett at this current price. I will be looking at if we can hold this key level right over here, then I will be looking to take longs off this level back up to this high, right? Like I said, today we're probably just going to range until NFP comes out, so we could potentially play some bounces, right? So this could happen and then potentially get a breakout, or we just continue going down from here. We'll see what happens, but yeah, we kind of at support right now. So what I'd want to see, I would want to go to the 50-minute time frame and look for potential setup here. I would want to see price break above this previous order block over here, this previous high as well. If we start closing back above this level here and start forming higher low structure and then take out this previous high over here, then I would be looking to get in a potential long on this setup. Okay. The reason why we first need to start breaking this previous high over here, because that will confirm that price is holding the support, right? If we don't close above this previous high, then all I know is we're still in this massive downward move, right? So we can still come down. So in order for me to actually start considering longs, first close above here, look to take out these highs, and then we can wait for a retracement into a key level here, and then we take the longs off this level right over here. Okay, so something that I would look at for Brett. Okay, but the problem is we have to wait for these candles to close above and below key levels, right? I can't take this trade right now knowing that we still could potentially come lower, right? We can potentially take out these lows. So we just have to be careful. Same thing with hype, right? It was the exact same thing. I was waiting for that setup. We didn't get the candle to close above, and I was telling people in the community, obviously hype was bullish at these levels, and then what actually happened, we did break structure here, and then there was that rejection. So I was looking for longs only if we closed above 44.775, and we didn't do it. But you can see right now that hype is actually on the bottom of the range here, guys. This is actually quite critical. We also have a fair value gap from over here, July 2025, 9th of July, right? So what you want to do is you want to highlight this gap over here, and we need to see if price can actually hold this level here. Let's have a look and see. Okay, so if price can hold and like flip bullish here and close above this level, I'm actually going to play along from this low. I'll be honest with you. This would be a juicy long for Hype, because Hype is one of my favorite tokens this cycle, and I do think that this is a massive discount price over here. So what I'd want to see here is something like this, right? So essentially I want to see price flip bullish, right? So this candle, you can see how it's bearish right now. I want this candle on the 4 hour time frame to actually flip bullish or start closing respecting this box. If we start closing below this box over here and below this trend line, then I mean the setup is not even valid, right? So in order for the setup to be valid, price needs to flip bullish, flip green, right? Close above this level, or the next candle needs to obviously replace this candle by engulfing this previous high or something like that. I want to see price hold this level, and then we go long and we put our stop loss below the low, and then we target obviously this would be the first TP at the top of this range, and then you target all these highs of this massive bull flag, right? So this is the massive bull flag, but if this price actually breaks below this level here, then this bull flag is invalidated, right? So in order for me to actually go long, we need to hold support here, otherwise it's just not going to be a valid trade. Okay. So yeah, it's going to be interesting. Refresh browser, then it's okay. Is it still glitching, eh? Let me know if it's still glitching. It should be fine now though. I think it should be fine. Let me know. Let me know if it's okay. And then we can keep going. But yeah, so this is Hype, guys. I honestly think that Hype is one of the tokens that we can look for a long stay, but I mean, just be careful with longing at these levels. We can come lower, right? Let's have a look at Bitcoin, because I mean, it's not looking like the best chart here for Bitcoin right now. I'll be honest with you. I think a lot of people are drawing the same trend line over here. So basically, Bitcoin's in a critical state right now, guys. I'll be honest with you. There's levels to the downside here that can get filled here. We have this fair value gap as well that potentially can get filled. We have previous high over here, right? That potentially wants to get retest. You can see how price definitely gets reacted from this level multiple times, right? So for Bitcoin, there is downside targets. I'm not gonna lie, like there is downside targets, and basically, what I want to see is if we can potentially get like a wick into the zone. I honestly think if NFP today, if you guys have traded NFP before, or you know exactly what's happening, these days are super volatile, not just in forex and equity markets, massively volatile in crypto, right? So there is a chance that Bitcoin can even sweep these lows. I might even put a limit order here. I'll be honest with you guys. If we could actually potentially just put like a limit order at this, like within the mid range of this high, and look to target like this level here, and then you put your stops just below this previous low right over here. You want to put your stop just below that low. This could be a potential setup for Bitcoin. I'll be honest with you. What could happen is price holds this level until NFP. We manipulate this low. We close back above the range, and then look to target these highs, right? This could be something juicy. So I mean, Bitcoin is forming a massive breakout pattern. If this does obviously hold, guys, Bitcoin can potentially, you're looking at around about like $130K. But we obviously need to hold this level here. So, this is a setup that I would probably wait for today. I don't think we'll get any movement until NFP though. We might get a bit of a flush, but NFP is going to be crazy. So this is what I'm looking at for Bitcoin. Okay. Can you look at SWE? Yes, guys. If you guys are watching on YouTube, make sure you guys comment some coins that I can go over. It'll be nice to get some setups. USDT bullish divergence playing out. Yeah, I mean, we'll have a look at SWE quickly. I actually looked at SWE this morning, and it broke that massive level. Yeah. So I don't like most tokens right now. I'll be honest with you. Like yesterday, price was holding nicely, and then I was waiting for those buys. We had a lot of setups loading yesterday, right? And then obviously with the news that came in, the news that came in with Trump and the tariffs, it just kind of messed around with the whole market, right? And it flushed out a lot of people. But the nice thing is, like, we weren't long yesterday, and we were just waiting for the setups. So I'm not like unhappy right now. It was just annoying because everything was looking decent and was pushing up to our levels. We just didn't get anything from it. But no trade is better than a loss, I guess. So it's all good. Looking at SWE right now, I mean, I don't like it. I'll be honest with you. We've somehow lost this key previous high over here. We've lost support. We've lost this massive upward sloping trend line. We're losing key levels here, I'll be honest with you. So what I would look at is potentially, let's have a look here. This is something we can look at potentially. If SWE somehow holds this level here, I don't think it will. Potentially, if Bitcoin does dump to that level that we were looking at earlier, if Bitcoin does dump to that key level here, then I do think that SWE has a potential to come back down to around about 3.1, 3.2, anywhere within these zones. But if you look at the daily time frame, it's still kind of in bullish structure, right? Because you can see how price took out this high, actually closed above that high, and this daily candle can still flip bullish as well. So on the daily time frame, you can see that this is actually your support right over here. Actually, if you're looking on the daily time frame, looking at the candle closes, right? So as long as price holds this daily resistance right over here, right? Can you see on the chart, we're literally at this level here. Price needs to hold this level. If price doesn't, then then we look for that downside target of these levels over here, somewhere within this zone. So this is going to be like the buy zone, the ultimate, you can put some limit orders in this zone. What I like to do is with NFP and stuff, sometimes I like to put limit orders, just like I'll put it at the least, the maximum price that price can go, I'll put it there. And sometimes it hits and then you get like the best entry. But yeah, I think, if price doesn't hold this level here, let's have a look at the 1 hour time frame. Nothing there on the 15. So on the 15-minute time frame, I would want to see this. Okay, can you see how price, we have a swing high over here, right? We have another high over here, and we have another high over here, right? So what I want to see is, in order for structure to start changing direction, guys, I want to see price start getting above this level, right? Closing above here. Start forming some type of higher high structure like this, and then we can look for continuation longs, right? On like these retracements once we start breaking these highs, right? And then you can put your stop loss below something like this. You put your stop loss below these lows, okay? That's a short position. But the problem is with right now, guys, like you can't really take a long off this level. Although it is a daily resistance, your risk to reward, you can just put it below this low over here. You can put it below this daily low. I just want to see confirmation that we can bounce here, but I do like this level. I'm at the more I'm looking at this daily time frame, the more clean it kind of looks here. I'll be honest with you. We could look to play along off the zone, whilst Bitcoin is even holding this level here as well. So very, very interesting. I want to see the next 4 hour candle close. So if Bitcoin closes the next 4 hour candle respecting like this level here, and SWE also closes the next 4 hour candle respecting this previous high, then I would consider a long, yeah. But right now we still have 2 hours, 3 hours of manipulation. So it's all about waiting for the candles to close. At the end of the day, guys, it's all about waiting for because what happens within the 4 hour candle, you have a whole bunch of 15-minute candles, you have a whole bunch of 30-minute candles, you have a whole bunch of 1-minute candles, a whole bunch of, these candles all happen within this massive 4 hour candle, right? So you need to filter out the noise. If you're looking at the 4 hour time frame, you need to wait for the candle to close, right? This is the 4 hour and a daily level, right? I don't want to take a trade based on the 5 minutes on these levels, yeah. Okay, you want to be taking it on the higher time frames. All right. That's sweet, guys. So I think sweet. Just be careful here. Don't go long right now. Wait for the 4 hour. Okay. Can you look at sweet? What do you think about MOG? It's my ETH player. Let's have a look. H bar, please. I'll go over H bar as well. Let's have a look at Doge as well. Let's look at MOG. Let's have a look at MOG. What do you guys think about that sweet setup? You know, it's holding that previous level. So just what I would suggest is, guys, put some alerts at this level here. You know, potentially at like 3.55. And you know, watch that level closely. I will be watching it as well, but just be careful with going long off this current price. Okay, so we got MOG right now. Let's have a look. So this is your ETH player. All right, so MOG right now looking quite decent, I'll be honest with you, on this 4 hour here. Oh my lord, it's looking really good. It's looking really nice. So what I'm looking at right now is what I just saw is MOG right now is clearly breaking highs and breaking all of these zones, right? You can see this was your clear level, right? So this structure right over here, it's more like a bull flag, right? So basically we had price play out, pumps the upside. We're forming something similar, right? On the 4 hour time frame, it will make a lot more sense. But what I want to note is that right now we are coming into a key level here, which is your previous resistance / support, right? Right to the left. So if we look and draw this in, you can just call it over here. We have multiple reactions within the zone. If we draw the Fibonacci as well from, you know, this low over here to this high, we are coming into this key level. We did actually break below 0.65 from that level, but the 786 would be here as well. Let's have a look. 786, a little bit lower here. So what I would probably look at here, I mean, I don't think we come lower than that. We have these massive fair value gaps sitting in these levels. What I would suggest is, you know, we could put, you know, what's lining up here is potential retest of this level. I think that's what's happening over here. So essentially what we could look at is price somehow holds this box over here for MOG. Then we look for continuation longs to like 0.26974. Sorry, I'm not going to say all the noughts because there's 5 noughts. So, but essentially what I would want to see is I want to see a reaction of this level, right? This is the daily time frame. We go straight to the 4 hour time frame. You can see that on the 4 hour, when we look left, can you see how many reactions we have within this level, right? Can you see how many times price struggles to get above this level, right? And when we do get above, you know, we even struggle to stay above there, right? Because it's a strong ass level, right? So what I'm looking at here, you know, we have to start flipping bullish or start changing structure, right? So what I like to do is I like to go straight on the 15 minutes here, and I like to see, okay, what is happening right now? So right now on the 15-minute time frame, we are forming some type of, you know, double bottom structure right over here, taking out these previous lows, actually making equal lows to the T, right? So this is something you need to note, right? If price starts forming some type of support here, you can be looking for some type of breakout play to these highs, right? So what I would suggest is, in order for price to obviously hold support over here at this level, we need to start seeing some highs to be breaking, right? I want to see previous levels start breaking. So I want to see this high get cleaned out. I want to see price take out this high right over here. And then what I want to see is price start forming higher low structures. Same as what we were looking at yesterday. I mean, this morning, right? And I want to see, try to get an entry off this level here once we break this previous high. Okay. And this will confirm that this support would hold on the 4 hour time frame. Because if we take this trade on the 15 minutes, within this 4 hour candle, you know, what could happen is this 4 hour candle would end up flipping bullish, right? Because there's still 2 hours and 49 minutes, right? But in order to take this trade, guys, we need price to obviously close above this previous high first, okay? I hope that makes sense. So that's what I'm going to look at for MOG. I think it's super clean. I think MOG on the daily time frame is a good play. Respect to you. You probably bought, you know, at these low levels. Looking super decent on the weekly time frame as well. Have a look at the weekly, right? The weekly time frame is also coming into this gap. So this is the ultimate buy zone here for MOG, right? If you didn't get an entry, this is something I would look at for MOG, okay? So let's see what happens. You know, this is something I'd look at. I'm gonna keep an alert here. I'm gonna put an alert here just to right. So I'll do it just now. Anyway, looks good. Let's have a look at Dogecoin. I'm gonna put this to the top here next to Bitcoin. I do like that setup here. I do like that setup. All right, let's have a look at Doge. Oh, Doge is back to this key zone, guys. All right. Okay. Honestly, guys, this is beautiful. Have a look at Dogecoin. Do you guys remember when was this? I think it was like a couple weeks ago. We took that long for Doge. It was very, very annoying, but basically we took a long in the Discord community. I think it was 11th of July. When was that? Yeah, it was long ago. Took a long over here. We TP'd like at this level over here, and this thing absolutely ripped. But anyway, Dogecoin's back, guys. Dogecoin's back in the zone. This is definitely a buy zone for Dogecoin. We broke structure to the upside. We're creating high-low structure. This is still bullish structure for Dogecoin. As long as price stays within this level here, this box over here, this is a previous support level and a resistance level. This is a key level. It's also that fair value gap that price needed to get above what I was speaking about last time. But essentially, guys, price needs to hold the zone here for Dogecoin. It's also forming a beautiful, you'll see on the 15 minutes here. Yeah, have a look at this. So what you want to start seeing as well is the same thing. You want to start seeing price start forming a bottom over here. Price needs to start closing above this high. There's nothing you can really do here. I know you said there's bullish divergence in the 5 minute, but it doesn't really mean anything. Bullish divergence in the 5 minutes, like that doesn't mean anything, I guess. Let's have a look at this though. Let's have a look. I don't really use RSI at all, but yeah, there is bullish divergence on the 5 minutes here. Let's have a look at the daily time frame though. The RSI not really showing much. I mean, I used to trade RSI back in the day with like MACDs and all that. But yeah, to me, it doesn't really give you much information. Okay, so let's have a look at the lower time frames here. So on the 1 hour time frame, same thing. We need to get above this high here. If you look at the 50 minutes, you also need to get above the high. Yeah, the problem is you can't just take the trade here and put stops below here. We can easily take out this low, right? You need to wait for price to start changing structure. That's the whole thing. If you're in a downtrend and you're looking for a reversal, you need price to change structure in order to take longs, right? Why would you just take a long off a zone without breaking structure, right? So for me, we need price to start breaking highs. Then we need to see like high lows being formed, and then we jump into these trades, right? I know it's better to wait for that than just going long off this level right now. Okay. So Doge is, I mean, I'm probably gonna buy some spots here today. I mean, this is too juicy not to. Dogecoin upside targets, guys. From current price, what are we looking at? You're looking at 140%, guys. Dogecoin's at a key level. I don't even care if this thing goes lower. Like, do you really think Dogecoin is going to come back to this level? No. I think the maximum we're going to come back is come for this retest of this trend line at 0.18668. That is like the maximum point that Dogecoin would go. So I'm going to DCA at this level here. I'll be honest with you. I know the market's dumping and a lot of people are stressing, but I'm going to DCA in this level here. I think it's a super beautiful level to buy here. Okay. So honestly, guys, Dogecoin's looking absolutely beautiful. Yeah. I'm not telling you guys what to do. I'll be honest with you, but this is a beautiful retest setup, right? So this is on the daily time frame. So like I normally take these trades based on like the 15-minute time frame. So when I see something like this on the daily time frame, we got like quite a big reversal, but we still holding support. Why not give it a stab here, right? So I think spot buys is beautiful, but for futures trading, we need price to start breaking highs here, and then we look for longs. Okay, so for spots, I'm in, right? I'll buy some after this live stream, and then yeah, thank you for actually bringing up some Dogecoin here, because this is a beautiful buy zone. Okay, so what else should we go over here? What are you guys looking at? Let's have a look. What do you think Bitcoin will drop to? Yeah, so we spoke about Bitcoin earlier. I think the maximum point for Bitcoin is around about this previous high over here. Okay, so can you see how price was trading within this range? So price, it's literally, let me put it over here so you can see. Here we go. I think this is 763. I think this is probably the maximum level that price can go to. You can see our price was getting rejected over here multiple times. We have this massive bullish fair value gap that price needs to obviously come down and react in. Not always it comes back to these levels, but this is a previous high as well. So there's a high chance that price can come down to this level. But honestly, guys, Bitcoin can hold this trend line as well, right? So we are currently at a huge key level here for support, right? Can you see this, right? Huge key level here for Bitcoin. So Bitcoin could easily bounce off this level here, and then we look for that breakout, right? It's playing a bit of a flag pattern. This pattern's end of target is around about like 130k if it does hold. But I do think that because NFP today, guys, it's gonna be interesting. It's gonna be super volatile. There's gonna be a massive top wick. There's gonna be a massive bottom wick. It's gonna be absolutely crazy, and that's happening, in the next 3 hours, right? So what I do think that potentially could happen here during NFP is, okay, a lot of people are gonna probably go long off this level. I think a lot of people will probably go long off this level. Stop losses below this low. I think what's gonna happen, NFP is gonna try and liquidate these people over here. And then we come all the way back down over here. We liquidate these people, and then we end up actually just closing bullish with a massive doji candle, and then we just get a massive pump. So I'm gonna put some like limit orders at like 113 to like 111.7. I'm gonna put like 3 limit orders in the zone. This is just like a personal strategy. I can't like really post anything in the Discord about this, but this is personal strategy that I'm gonna do today. I'm gonna put a limit order at 113.251. I'm going to put it in the mid-range of 112.56, and then I'll put another limit order at 111.700, and then I'm going to put my stop loss at 110.200. Like I said, we could definitely hold this level. We at a key level right now, but I do think that NFP is coming out. Market is currently a bit scared right now. People are scared with the whole tariff situation and the news that came out, but what's going to happen is we're most probably going to liquidate people to the upside, and we're going to liquidate people to the downside. We take potential longs off this level here. Hopefully that 4-hour candle on the NFP candle flips bullish, and then we look for longs. I mean, that's my best setup I can look at for Bitcoin. I honestly think that this is probably the lowest we go here, 111.787. Okay, that's like the lowest we can go today. Grass, grass, bro. Grass. What do you think Bitcoin will drop to? We just went XRP, ICP, XRP. Okay, XRP. If we can go over XRP, let's have a look at Grass quickly though, and then XRP, because I was also laughing at Grass the other day. When was it? Because we were looking at. Do you remember we were looking at those longs for Grass a couple of days ago? Like, I'll even show you. I'll check. So, I mean. Yeah, we're looking for a long off this level here, and then you can just see it got absolutely smoked. This thing got rinsed. Have a look at that. So that was actually, that's actually just such a clean setup, potentially just taking sells off this break of trend. I was looking for buys off this level here. Price didn't close above our level, so we couldn't take the buys, but, this thing got absolutely smoked. So Grass is probably dead. Yeah, I'll be honest with you, this was one of the worst airdrops / tokens ever. I actually don't have anything to say about this. I'll be honest. I don't have anything to say about this. So Grass is just looking dead. Okay, let's go over Ethereum quickly, because here we go. This is, and then we'll go over XRP. Sorry guys. I think Ethereum is just a little bit more important quickly, because I haven't actually chatted about it. But this is my setup for ETH today. I think right now, guys, Ethereum. If you look at the weekly time frame. We're just getting rejected. We're at this massive weekly resistance, okay? So nothing to be scared about here. It's just a weekly resistance, okay? So don't be too scared at this level here. We're just getting rejected from a key level, guys. Ethereum has pumped super hard, right? Ethereum has pumped super hard. We're getting a retracement at a key level. It's pure price action, right? Price action shows you we have resistance. Do we break through resistance straight away? Normally, not really. We normally get rejected, right? So we know that Ethereum is going to get rejected from this level, and it is right now, right? So it's still in massive bullish structure. I think that we can come down to like 3,422, 3,227 within the zone. I do think that these are the two levels. I don't think that we would, I just don't see us coming back down to all these lows here. That would be crazy. Imagine coming back down for a retest of like these levels here. I just don't see it. I don't see it, right? I think that this is probably the lowest we go. I think today, because Bitcoin is showing signs of, we at support, we kind of at support, potentially price comes down, liquidates a little bit, but that's the same thing with ETH, right? I think if price comes down, takes out these lows, we liquidate, we look for some potential orders in this zone over here and then play the pump. The only problem like that I'm looking at right now is also just this data over here. So August, guys, August is actually like one of the worst months for Bitcoin. Although if alt season happens, it actually doesn't really matter because let's actually look at Ethereum. So Q3 for ETH, Q4 for Ethereum is actually really good. So but for Bitcoin, guys, in August, it's just not looking great. But it doesn't. I mean, this doesn't really mean much. It just shows you just the on average. So the median is -7.49. But obviously that one year we had 6 plus 65%. But yeah, just keep this in mind. August might not be the best month, but in terms of Ethereum, Q4 is quite intense. Q4 is going to be quite a big one. So I think ETH, we don't really see that much retracement. It's Ethereum. Ethereum is ready to explode soon. So I think this is the last retracement that we're going to get for Ethereum. I honestly think that this is the last retracement we're going to get for Ethereum. So if you don't have Ethereum, I think this is your buy zone. This is the next buy zone for ETH is going to be here. This is going to be the level that price needs to hold. Like I said, I just don't see us falling a lot harder here, but I think this is the last key retracement level for ETH until we hit that $4,600 mark. Yeah. So that's Ethereum. Limit orders, whatever you want to do, put it in this box here. Yeah, it looks clean. Grass got smoked. Yeah. Yeah. Always green on the other side. Exactly. Grass got absolutely rinsed. Yeah. I mean, I've always had hate for that token because of the airdrop and like how I literally grounded that airdrop. I had the extension, like here it is. This was the extension here. I don't know if you can see that actually. Yeah, you can see it, right? I had the extension here. I grounded this thing for so long and it took like all my my power of my laptop and yeah. And then they gave me like, I think it was like $100 or something. Alright, anyway. Let's have a look at ICP. I think a lot of people have been asking about that, and XRP. So let's go XRP first because XRP also got smoked. Yeah, I was expecting price to bounce from this level for XRP. I'm not gonna lie. I thought, okay, we broke trend over here. We somehow manipulate this low, and then we close back above this level here for XRP. But it didn't happen that way. We actually did break this $3 mark, which is kind of crazy. So let's look at it. Let's look and see what's happening. So, right now I think the best thing to do is probably just let's have a look at the volume profile and see what's happening from this breakout point over here to see what we're looking at here. Okay, so the point of control is right over here. I don't really need the value area low or anything. Let's remove that. Okay. So the point of control is sitting over here. Something to note is that, okay, as long as we stay below the point of control and we stay below these levels here, we are bearish, guys. I'll be honest with you. Price has broken these lows. We have been making lower highs. This is all bearish stuff. We did break this massive upward sloping trend line over here. This is all telling us that price could potentially come down and like come to these lows over here. There is potential. So that's something to note. I think the ultimate thing to do is just wait to see what happens here for XRP. My only buy setup is if somehow price would get above the point of control, and then you can look for buys all the way up. All the other buy setup would be at the support at 2.655, right? I mean, right now you at a level where it's just like no man's land. Like why would you take it long off this level here? I just don't see it. I think a lot of people will probably say, oh, it could be a Fibonacci retracement as well. I just don't see it. Like we broke structure here, we broke these lows. This is telling me that we just come straight back down here. There's nothing bullish about this at all. So XRP, I'll be honest with you, 2.65 is going to be the buy zone. I don't know. The market's looking weird. Market's looking weird. XRP, like, I'll be honest with you, if we can get above 3.121, if we can get above this level here on the 4-hour time frame, I'll consider going long. I'll be honest with you. But right now, we're in a bit of a no man's land. I need price to take out these lows or something. I need liquidity to get hunted. I need lows to be swept. I need highs to be taken out. I need something, right? I don't see anything like that. I just see price just getting absolutely rinsed. All right. So XRP ETH. I mean, we've gone over ETH. We've gone over XRP. We can go over Solana, of course. There was another token that someone wanted me to go over before we jump into. It was ICP. There it is. Solana. Yeah, we'll go over Solana after ICP. Yeah, so XRP, a bit of a dump, last night. Bit of a massive dump last night. If you guys did just join the stream, I mean, we had a huge dump due to Trump imposing tariffs on 69 different countries last night. So, it's just, it's one of those days where you wake up and it's like, what even happened last night? All right. So ICP, I mean, what was I waiting for here? I was looking for longs. Was it on the weekly or the daily? Yeah, it was just a massive fake out at that point. I mean, ICP's back at the lows, yo. Like, this is crazy. All right, so I mean, let's have a look here. Let's look at see what's happening here. So I mean, if we look at this chart, ICP's back at resistance, right? I mean, ICP was literally here a couple of days ago, and then we had that move, but we didn't break these highs. Remember, in order for structure to change, we need to break highs, right, guys? So if this candle somehow closed above these highs over here to the left, we got to close above here. Then we would have been able to take longs off this previous level over here. But because we couldn't close above those highs, it's just the structure is just in a range. You know what I mean? So price needs to break key levels in order to change structure for a reversal, right? So I mean, right now you can see it's kind of forming a massive like Bart Simpson head and shoulders mountain of errors pattern, right? So basically, price needs to hold this previous level. This is the key level. This is a massive resistance / support. If price can hold this level, we can look for longs. Okay, so we do know that this level that at 5.1 is a key level. So I'll go straight to the 15 minutes. The reason why I go straight to the 15-minute because I know that the 4-hour on the daily time frame is telling me that this is a strong level that price can potentially break. I mean, that can potentially hold, right? So I know that why would I waste time going on the 1-hour time frame when I can just look at the 15 minutes and mark out my key levels there, right? Because the 4-hour and the 1-hour actually work in correlation, whereas the 1-hour and the 5-minute work in correlation, right? So when you're trading on the 4-hour time frame, you actually want to go straight down to the 15-minute time frame. They work in in sync with one another. And if you're trading on the 1-hour time frame, you should go straight to the 5 minutes. Okay, so that's always what I've done. So if I'm analyzing a chart on the 4-hour, I'm not going to waste my time on the 1-hour. I might look at maybe structural trend break or something like that. But yeah, all right. So pretty simple enough here. I want to see price get above this level here. So basically, if we had a look at the 5 minutes, we would know that we have a high over here, we have a high over here, and then we have this order block over here, and then we have a fair value gap sitting over here, right? So in order for price to continue higher, obviously we need to sweep all these highs, but we have a massive fair value gap that price can potentially come into before we come down. So because I want to look for a long, I want to see this fair value gap actually getting taken out rather than just the swing highs, because price is still in this structural bearish structure, right? So we need price to break above this level here at 5.230, right? If we look at the 5-minute time frame, you'll see this level a little bit more clearly, and right over here. Within this zone here, okay? So I want to see price get above there. Right now, it's just, I mean, what even is this? I mean, this looks like it's going to dump again, right? This type of structure, it's holding. You could look for like a trend line breakout here on the lower time frames, but there's just nothing. This is looking like it just wants to continue down. So I would wait for price to close above 5.23. Because the daily time frame is telling us that we can definitely bounce here, guys. We can definitely bounce from this level. The 4-hour time frame is telling us that we can definitely bounce from this level as well. So yeah, I don't know. I always just wait for the higher time frames to tell me something, and then I go in on the lower time frames. Okay, ICP done. The interest rate cut in September was priced in as 90% probability. Now it's down. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, it's crazy how things can change overnight. I'm adding to ICP longs. Yeah, I mean, just be careful at this level. I think it's a good level though. I'll be honest with you. I think it's a good level. Just make sure you have some tight stop losses here. It is a good level. Down to 4.5 first. I don't think so. Maybe though. Maybe. It actually could be, because this is just a massive range. If you do look at this on the higher time frame, right, this is just a massive range. Price could actually come back down here. Solana, yeah, okay, I'll go with Solana now. Yeah, but for longs, guys, remember, I only take longs on confirmations. So 15-minute time frame closes above here, then we go long. Unless, I mean, right now it's not looking great. So no longs for me right now. Let's have a look at Solana. Yeah, I've got you, bro. I've got you. Solana looks like it's at support. Oh my god. So Solana broke that massive downward. I haven't actually looked at Solana in a while. Alright. It's just got too much on my charts. Yeah. So I mean, Solana, clear massive fake out over here for Sol. We are back at a key level, right? So do you guys remember that stream where we got that massive breakout, and then what actually happened is price came back down, and now we've broken this massive uptrend. So this is obviously not great at all for Solana. I'll be honest with you. This is looking absolutely terrible for Solana, right? We do have this 0.5 level that is holding. This is the first bounce zone. The next zone is like around about 155. Okay, cool. Yeah, if you have a low leverage on an ICP, no worries, it'll come down. Okay, yeah, that's fine. Yeah, as long as you're managing your risk and your positions. Like I said, guys, these are massive buying opportunities within any of these zones. Yeah, it's about choosing the right one. So I think DCA cross margin strats could go crazy right now. So that's kind of what I'm thinking about doing, especially for Dogecoin. So anyway, let's have a look at Solana. I think Solana's trash. I don't think Solana's a great token. I think, I did personally sell my Solana for Ethereum when Solana did lose that support, that Solana versus Ethereum chart. We can go over it as well. But anyway, just looking at futures or spot, I think this is a good level for Solana, around about 166. This is your 0.5 fib. And then we do have like 154 a little bit lower. But the problem is, guys, we lost this upward sloping trend line. Yeah. If we look at the 4-hour time frame here, it's just looking absolutely weird. So basically, what I'm looking at now is I want price to obviously hold this level. Okay. If price can somehow hold this level, I want to see price. Let's actually look at the 15. Yeah. Okay, so same thing here for Solana. for buys, pretty simple. Pretty simple. I want to see price get above this level here, and then we look for long continuations. Okay, I want to see the 50-minute time frame close above this high over here, and then wait for price to either retest a bit shallow here and then form like high low structure. It's the same thing, because a lot of tokens right now, guys, are forming the same type of structure, right? So what I want to do is I want to wait for price to obviously hold this structure, and then we'll obviously look for price to continue higher. Okay, so for now, there's nothing we can do. We add a massive key level. First thing, we add a massive key level. Second thing is we do need to hold this level here, guys. If price does take out this low here, then we can come lower, but I don't think it will. It depends on the markets there. We did lose structure over here. We lost this massive downward sloping trend line, this upper sloping trend line. We do have this structure over here. That's something to look at. So I think Solana is at a critical state right now. I think a lot of coins are, but for longs, guys, just wait for price to close above like 172. This would also confirm a trend line breakdown here as well. Okay, so it kind of coincides with this trend line. Wait for a breakout over here. Look for a long on the retest of this trend line, something like that. But we can come lower here. I'm not going to take sells here because I'm also unsure. Your liquidation is 154 for Solana. We short. Ask yourself, does price have a reason to go up from here? Exactly. And it does, guys. It does have a reason to go up from here. But in order for futures, we need price to start breaking structure, right? We need price to start, breaking previous highs. We need price to start showing a reason why price should go up. We have a trend line here. We have liquidity at these highs. Can price hold this level here? Can price show us a bit of strength in this move to the upside? And that is the only reason I'm going to go long here. I'm not going to just go long right over here. Why would I go long right here? It just doesn't make sense. But price needs to start breaking structure, and then I'll go long. Yeah. Bitcoin current possible liquidation target is 113.6. Yeah, I mean, let's have a look at that. Coin glass. Let's have a look at that. Right. 113.6, 30. Yeah, I see. 136 to 33 million. Yeah. I mean, that's possible. If we go to Bitcoin, what do we look at? 113.6. So it wants to take out those lows, right? Can we even go lower than that though? I do think we can go lower than that. Let's have a look at this on like the weeklies. Let's have a look at the. No, it would have to be on the 12 hour. Yeah, so 33 million. I mean, most of the liquidity is actually above us, guys. This could be the bouncer, and I'll be honest with you. Can you see how Bitcoin also took out these lows? I want to see. Let's have a look at the 5 minutes. So 5 minutes telling me, okay, we are somehow potentially holding lows here. I want to see price get above this level though here as well. 15900 on the 5 minutes. If we start closing above like these zones over here, we have support over here. This would confirm price to get out the range. So yeah, Bitcoin right now, we can potentially come down, but most of the liquidity is actually above us, guys. Like, look at this, 117,000. We have 45 million over here. We have 37 million. We have 45, and then we have 43. Whilst we only have like 33 to the downside. So what could possibly happen is we just liquidate going during NFP, and then we flip bullish and take out 117, and then we kind of just range. I think that could happen. Sold down to 0.65 fib in your opinion? Yeah, potentially. Potentially. I mean, that would be crazy, bro. 156. I honestly think Sol is just an ass token. Like, if we look at Solana versus Ethereum, like, I think we spoke about this last week. I've been speaking about this a lot if you guys have been on this channel, but I mean, look at this, bro. Like, this is Solana to Ethereum on the daily time frame. Like, oh, is it still frozen? Thank you. My bad. Thank you. My bad. I'm sorry about that. So this is why I literally, when I saw this, right, this is Solana versus Ethereum, okay? So why is this chart important? Well, it shows you basically the rotation effect of what people are doing within like two specific tokens. So within this is Solana and Ethereum, right? So when this goes down, it means that people are, Solana is getting weaker compared to Ethereum, right? There's more strength in Ethereum, right? And the reason why I sold my Solana, I sold it literally on the break of this trend line. We got this daily candle to close bearish. Over here, I literally sold all my Solana for Ethereum. I think Solana at that point was at $162 or $161. So pretty much where it is right now. So I sold all my Solana for Ethereum, and I think it was a good move, because I mean, just looking at this chart, it looks like Solana is gonna completely die out from here. Compared to Ethereum, like I said, Solana can still pump, but I'm saying compared to Ethereum and like the strength of what ETH can do compared to Solana, it's just, for me, it's not the play right now. Buying Solana, like this showing me right now is it's definitely not the play. So I think the play right now is mainly focusing on Ethereum and getting our buy zones ready for that. Yeah. What do you guys think about that plan? Because I think Solana is just, it's already had its run. It's ran from $6 to over $200, guys. Solana's had a huge run. Remember, we had that dump on Solana. It literally dumped. Everyone thought it was going to zero, right? Do you guys not remember that? That was literally like last year. Not last year, but when was it? 2023. Remember, we had that massive dump from like 35. Bang. It went down to $6. I bought Solana at like $12 over here. And look how much it pumped. It almost pumped to $300, guys. This Solana is done. I'm sorry to say that. We broke structure over here to the downside. This is bearish on the weekly time frame. Like, there's nothing really bullish about Solana right now on the weekly time frame. I'll be honest with you. Maybe I'm just a hater because I sold all my Solana, but I just look at the weekly time frame, guys. We broke structure on the weekly. We broke the support. This was a massive level. If you saw this on the 15-minute time frame, you would be looking to sell. You know what I mean? That's what I'm saying. So we broke this massive. This is showing us that there's a change of character. Price is changing structure. This is potentially going to fall over here on the weekly. I think Solana is gone. It's going to die out eventually. Yeah. What else? Can you repeat what you're saying about Bitcoin? Yeah, sure. So basically for Bitcoin, what I'm looking at for the day is, let's go in the daily time frame quickly. So I want to see something like this happen, right? So first things first, right? First things first is Bitcoin right now is holding this massive channel, right? It is holding this flag pattern. Potentially a lot of people would say this is a bullish pattern, right? But there is potential for Bitcoin to come back and retest this previous high, right? There is potential for Bitcoin to come retest this fair value gap. There is potential for Bitcoin to come retest this 0.65 retracement zone at around about 113,000, 112, 950. So what I'm saying is I'm gonna potentially put some limit orders here within this box with the stop loss below this previous daily low over here, and look for potential long. Because what I think is gonna happen is I think that potentially, because we have news. Let me refresh this page. So you can see it's 11:45 for me right now, right? We have news at 2:30. Okay, so you can do the math, right? It's in around about 2 hours, just less than 2 hours. Okay, this news is going to be the biggest news of the month. NFP. Okay, it's going to affect the market a lot. So what normally happens with NFP is We like to liquidate highs and we like to liquidate lows, and then the move happens afterwards, right? So what I'm thinking is we potentially come down, we take out these lows, and then that 4-hour candle currently will be the next 4-hour candle, but that 4-hour candle could potentially create a massive bottom wick here, take out this level here, and then, you know, flip bullish, and then we pump all the way back up to like this level here at like 118k. Because if you look at the liquidation heat map, you know, we're probably going to liquidate both of these there. I'll be honest with you. We'll probably come down to, you know, 113,600. I mean, that's super close from here, right? 113,600, not too far away. And I do think that we potentially liquidate all of these there. So yeah, I think it's just going to be it's going to be a wiki day. It's going to be, we liquidate here and then we come up higher, potentially. Bitcoin's still in a bullish structure, guys. So don't sleep on that. Bitcoin is still bullish. It's just potentially looking for new lows to be taken out. Yeah. Went from 6. Sol is cooked now. Exactly. I'll be honest with you. Sol is absolutely cooked. Like, let's be honest. Solana's pumped way too hard for it to have another run. Like, people calling for $500 Solana. There's just no way. There's no ways that's gonna happen. I just don't see that. Like, I mean, the Solana to Ethereum chart. I mean, you could look at this for about 200 hours, and you know, a lot of people, you can't find a bullish scenario here. I don't know. Anyway. Solana's cooked in my opinion. Solana's definitely cooked in my opinion. Alright, so Litecoin's coming back down. I mean, honestly, yesterday I was looking for, I was wanting price to hold this level here. We didn't get it, but remember we only play the trend line breakout. I was waiting for the 113 level to get broken, then we look for longs. But it's looking like a Litecoin wants to come back down here, all the way back down to support, which is absolutely crazy. Technically, we do have resistance over here that price could hold. So what needs to happen here, guys? We need this candle, this current daily candle, to flip bullish in order for longs to be activated. Right now, we're still wanting to test lows. So yeah, I can't do anything right now. I'll be honest with you. Like, looking at these charts, I can't take the trades. We need structure to break to the upside. And the problem is, looking at shorts right now, you know, prices at support. So we need some type of news activity, and that's going to give us a catalyst for the next move. So yeah, I mean, it's gonna be an interesting day. I think hype is definitely going to be one of my radars today, guys. Don't sleep on this token. This thing moves extraordinarily well. You know, we at a critical level here for hype. Hype needs to bounce here. So look at hype today. ICP, we've gone over ICP, bro. We did ICP earlier. I can quickly jump through it one more time though. So ICP, you know, stuck in a bit of a range. We're saying that, okay, as long as price stays below this level, you know, price is still, you know, in a range structure, because the only reason why price would break out of range is we break previous highs, right? Or break out of range, we break previous lows. So for price to obviously still, you know, be in this range, it means that price didn't break the highs, and clearly you can see it didn't. So there's nothing really to do here for ICP. You know, like I said, this level does need a hold in order for structure to you know, be bullish. But like someone said in the comments, you know, this can easily come back down to 4.5 because it didn't break the highs. So it's going to be interesting, guys. It will be super interesting to see what happens. Yeah. We'll see what happens. All right, what else can we look at, guys? What else can we look at? AVAX. I mean, AVAX to me isn't a beautiful. Oh yeah, this is. I actually wanted to chat about this. Last coin, and we'll end the stream, guys. Last coin, we'll end the stream. I think AVAX anywhere between $22 and $21, guys. AVAX is a beautiful buy position for spot. It's still stuck in a range, but AVAX has so much upside potential here. An easy 100% move here, guys. Easy 100% move here. Easy 160% move here. I think AVAX is one of the plays that potentially a lot of people are going to sleep on here. So AVAX spot buys in the zone. That's what I'm doing. When the market is red, guys, when the market's red, don't stress. This is the best time to buy. You know, especially with all this tariff stuff, a lot of people are going to be stressed in. So that is when I just go crazy and I just offload everything I have. I'm not scared to buy red. Like, I've been holding cryptos for so long. I've been in the red for so long for crypto. Like, I've struggled. Like, I've done it all. So I don't mind holding through drawdown on crypto. Like, for me, it's nothing. But yeah, I think that's the play, right? XRP is still obviously bullish. We spoke about. And yeah, have a look at this. USDT dominance is actually wanting to close back above the range, bro. That would be insane. If USDT dominance closes back above this range, then we potentially are cooked. So hopefully we get rejected from this level here. This is also a key resistance here for USDT dominance, right? Remember that's inversely proportional to crypto. So yeah. The only chart out long now is Bitcoin dominance. Yeah, actually, bro, Bitcoin dominance looking kind of clean. I mean, Bitcoin dominance kind of looking clean. Yeah, I would also take it long. Look how it's holding the structure. Like, it's actually quite bullish. I mean, alt season is still far away, guys. Sorry to say. Bitcoin dominance needs to break this low. The alt season is only going to start once Bitcoin dominance breaks the support. I mean, the support level and this trend line. That's the only reason Bitcoin dominance is gonna move. So altcoin season is gonna happen. So price needs to obviously break support over here. Price needs to break this trend line, and then altcoin season happens. But until then, Bitcoin dominance is looking absolutely beautiful here for upside continuation. So altcoins, hopefully we don't get another dumpster. I do think we're gonna get another flush, but we need price to hold. Okay. I appreciate everyone for joining. If you guys did join, welcome. We do have a Telegram community as well, guys, that we do post setups here. So we post setups every single day. This is what I was looking at this morning. Same exact thing I was looking at right now. So if you guys want to join this community, there is a link in the description. We do obviously have a general chat for you guys to chat. We have Bitcoin analysis with Andy and Devold as well. It's kind of crazy. We got altcoin analysis. We go over everything. You can see yesterday we were looking at so many setups, flow key breakout, but nothing really just closed above our levels, right? We're looking at Chainlink as well. Bitcoin, we spoke about Bitcoin dumping here as well. I think AVAX does look good, yeah. But yeah, if you guys want to join this group, the Telegram group is in the description. And I do appreciate everyone for joining. If you guys can slap up the like button to at least 20 likes, that would be amazing. And yeah, I hope you guys do have a great weekend. I think we're going to come down here, guys. I think we're going to come down here. Look, Bitcoin can't even break. It's just not looking great. I think it's going to be a red day. It's going to be a red day. I think AVAX, what I was saying about AVAX, I think AVAX is probably like one of the better ones. But like, this is spot, guys. Within this zone over here, I think it's a good buy. I'll be honest with you. Maybe we come down lower, but I don't think we see 15 again. Maybe not. But yeah, I appreciate everyone for joining. Thanks so much for being here, guys. We had quite a nice stream today. We had a lot of people that joined in. One of the better ones. And yeah, if you guys did enjoy the stream, make sure you guys do check me on Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. I will be live every 3 times a week. And yeah, appreciate everyone for joining. Make sure you guys can comment in the Telegram group if you guys do need my help with any tokens that you want to look at for the day. You can just @ me. And yeah, peace out. Bye-bye.